Morning Year 3, happy Tuesday and welcome to your English lesson today. Now like we did last term, our Tuesday English lessons will be focusing on SPAG, so spelling, punctuation and grammar. And today's lesson is going to be focusing on time conjunctions. So we've had a look at conjunctions before, but we're going to focus on time conjunctions today. So what we'd like you to do is to have a think about conjunctions. Now conjunctions are conjoin parts of a sentence together. They're a word that we can use to match two different sentences or to match a clause and the main part of the sentence together as well. Now I'm going to read to you some conjunctions, and what I'd like you to do is to come up with something, an action that you're going to do every time you hear a conjunction. So it says here you might wiggle your finger when you can hear a conjunction, or maybe you clap your hands when you hear a conjunction. So every time you hear one in this video, do the action so if you can spot the conjunctions. So conjunctions are used to join ideas in a sentence or to give more information. And when we're thinking about time conjunctions, they're ones that add information to a sentence by telling us when something happened. So they're kind of similar to prepositions that we looked at in a way, but they without them the sentence doesn't make sense, and it's needed to be able to add that extra information. So they can be used at the beginning of a sentence. You can have a conjunction at the beginning and it says, when the dog has settled in his basket, he began to snore gently. But you can also have that same sentence with the conjunction in the middle. The dog began to snore gently when he had settled in his basket. So that word when is our time conjunction here, and that has added more detail into the sentence. So when he settled in his basket, he began to snore. That's your clause, that's your sentence with your your clause with your conjunction, your time conjunction of when. We can use it at the beginning and we can use it in the middle of our sentences as well. Here's a couple more examples for you. Before she left for school, she brushed her teeth. But we can put it in the middle as well. She brushed her teeth before she left for school. So we've got that before time conjunction there that tells us when she brushed her teeth. So she brushed her teeth before she left for school. A different sentence here. After the rain had stopped, the children went out to play. So that after word is telling us when the children were able to go out to play. So before the rain stopped. But once again, we can put that in the middle of our sentence. The children went out to play after the rain had stopped. So these time conjunctions are used to tell us when something happens, and they add more detail into our sentences. Now we can't just throw out any random time word in there because they wouldn't make sense. If we swap those around and we said after she left for school she brushed her teeth, I'm not sure many of us brush our teeth on our way to school or when we get to school, so that time conjunction wouldn't work there. So it's just like the same when we're thinking about any vocabulary. You've got to choose a word that makes sense in your sentence. But time conjunctions are a great way to add some more detail and to make your writing really interesting as well. And also just to add some information for the reader of when certain events happen. So I've got a little bit of a task for you here. You've got 5 sentences and I want you to decide which one of those 5 words fits best in each of the sentences. It might be that you could choose 2, but choose the one that you think makes most sense. And then once you've done that, could you decide whether the conjunction appears at the beginning or the middle of each of these sentences? So pause the video and then we'll go through the answers in just a second. Okay, so I enjoy playing at the park, school. I enjoy playing at the park after school. I enjoy playing at the park since school. I enjoy playing at the park before school, whenever school, or until school. Well, for me, after or before probably make the most sense. I enjoy playing at the park before school or after school. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't get time to play at the park before school, so I'm going to say that this sentence, I enjoy playing at the park after school. So I think that is our time conjunction that fits in best there, most logically there. I have a treat, I eat my meal. After I have a treat, I eat my meal. Since I have a treat, I eat my meal. Before I have a treat, I eat my meal. Whenever I have a treat, I eat my meal. Until I have a treat, I eat my meal. I'm not going to say that after I have a treat, I eat my meal, because I'm seeing treat as like dessert. So I'm thinking that the best word for us to fit in there is before. So before I have a treat, I eat my meal. So that's almost like our pudding. So before pudding, we have our meal. I don't go to bed and I've brushed my teeth. I don't go to bed after I brush my teeth. How do you sleep? I don't go to bed since I brush my teeth. I don't go to bed before I brush my teeth. I don't go to bed whenever I brush my teeth. I think I don't go to bed until I've brushed my teeth. So until I brush my teeth, I then can go to bed. So we always brush our teeth before bedtime, don't we? And in the morning. I started year 3, I've been feeling really grown up. After I started year 3, I have been feeling really grown up. That kind of makes sense, but the rest of the sentence doesn't make sense because of this have word. So the word that makes sense here, the time conjunction, is since. Since I have started year 3, I have been feeling really grown up. And I wear a waterproof coat. It rains heavily. So the last one, we could have had doubles, but actually it works out quite well here. I wear a waterproof coat whenever it rains heavily. I wear a waterproof coat after it rains heavily. That's not going to help you when it is raining. So you really need to think about which time conjunction is the best one. Now, after, until, and whenever appear in the middle of the sentence, and before and since appear at the beginning of the sentence. But remember, we could change these sentences round, putting that conjunction either at the beginning or the middle as well. For example, after school, I enjoy playing at the park. Could you pause the video and think how you could move and reorder these sentences to put the conjunction in the opposite space? So I've already said after school I enjoy playing at the park. We could have had I eat my meal before I have a treat. Until I brush my teeth, I don't go to bed. I have been feeling really grown up since I started year 3. And whenever it rains heavily, I wear a waterproof coat. So we can move these around and make them much more exciting for our reader and for you as writing as well. If you think about how you can change sentences and work with sentence structure, that makes it really exciting to improve your writing, and hopefully you will enjoy doing that. So the quiz today is on Teams as usual. You've got about 11 questions, and one of those is an extension question at the end as well, which can be written out or typed out and then uploaded to Tapestry. And the rest of them are mainly multiple choice questions, but you do have 1 or 2 where you need to type the answers. So some points will be allocated automatically, and then I will go through the rest and check your answers. So if it comes up saying 0, do not worry, I always go back and check what you have done anyway. So that's your SPAG lesson for today, all about time conjunctions, so thinking about when things happen. And in our writing this week, where we're focusing on that volcanic eruption, I'd like to see loads of time conjunctions to show me what you have learnt today. Have a great day, guys, and I will see you soon.